starting this broadcast with some diplomacy going on. Attending the SCO summit in Islamabad, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, who has now departed from Pakistan, highlighted key issues including cooperation based on recognition of territorial integrity and sovereignty. He also came down heavily on cross-border terrorism without naming any country. Recalling the SCO charter, Jaishankar said that it was equally clear what the key challenges were, that is combating terrorism, separatism and extremism. He stated that if activities across borders are characterized by terrorism, they are hardly likely to encourage trade, energy flows, connectivity and people-to-people exchanges in parallel. Adding that cooperation must be on mutual respect, it is the first time in nearly a decade that an Indian foreign minister has travelled to Pakistan, even as the ties remain tense between New Delhi and Islamabad. Earlier, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif greeted each other with a handshake at the start of the summit. No bilateral meeting was scheduled between India and Pakistan, and Jaishankar's visit was strictly followed by the SCO summit schedule. The Chinese Premier Li Qiang has also held meetings with his Russian and Mongolian counterparts on the sidelines of the summit. Trade ties between all three have significantly warmed up in the past few years. And while Mongolia is not a current member of the SCO, it has remained an observer state for the past 2 decades.
Russia and China are strengthening economic cooperation. We are increasing mutual trade volumes and launching joint investment projects. The partnership in the energy sector has acquired a comprehensive strategic nature. It covers oil, gas, coal and nuclear industries. In the field of transport, we are increasing cargo transportation, increasing the capacity of border crossings, and we are also creating new international transport corridors. We pay special attention to issues in the field of agriculture and strengthening food security in both Russia and China.
And to get us some perspective, we are now being joined by Fred Weyer, who is a journalist and political commentator. He's joining us live from Moscow. Mr. Weyer, thank you so much for joining us here on WION.
My pleasure.
Let me begin by asking you, what is Russia looking to achieve from the SCO summit this year?
Well, this SCO summit is fairly routine. Heads of government mainly participated. It attracted enormous amount of media interest in India, primarily because it is being held in Pakistan, and there was a lot of speculation about maybe some sideline talks or agreements, which didn't happen. But otherwise, it's an unremarkable in itself. But the growth of this organization in recent years is amazing. The SCO and the BRICS have been expanding almost explosively, way beyond the visions of their founders, 2 decades ago in each case. These organizations clearly demonstrate the need on large parts of the world for an organization like this that is not traditional, not Western-led, which is a forum mainly for countries of the global South to cooperate, to talk. And so it remains to be seen what the potential is of these organizations, especially the SCO, which is regional in its focus, because the growth is the main news story about it right now. But clearly, as the need is there, solutions will follow, and this is what we'd be looking for in the agenda. I haven't studied it closely enough of this particular summit, but we're looking for expanded trade, cooperation, perhaps security, mutual security assistance, the sorts of things that would make this organization a real game changer in the region, in the Eurasian region.
Absolutely. Mr. cannot also be naive to think that this summit also comes between a lot of geopolitical tensions we are seeing, not just between Russia and Ukraine, but also panning across West Asia. So, given the timing, do you think the West is also looking at this forum very closely?
I think that the West is very alarmed about the growth of both the BRIC and the SCO. This is a completely unexpected development for most Western geopolitical thinkers. It was unpredicted, and of course the detractors of these groups will point to all of the reasons why they shouldn't be working. India and Pakistan being organization, for example, is one of the things that's often cited for why the SCO would be hobbled. And it remains to be seen. It really does. This particular meeting took place. It was apparently quite cordial, and it fulfilled its agenda, but it didn't produce any sideline surprises. And it probably wasn't intended to. But over the longer run, an organization, a regional cooperation forum like SCO, in which both India and Pakistan and China participate, should lead to easing of tensions and accentuating of positives like trade and exchanges and such.
Right. Mr. Vaya, thank you so much for joining us here on WION and getting us your insights. Good to speak to you.
Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.